Hello all. So I thought I'd make a video on 2 years of Ferrari ownership. I was actually away on the second year anniversary abroad, so for work, so I couldn't actually do it then. So I'm probably about a week or so late. Just over a week late, week and a half late. So 13th of June 2022 I picked up the vehicle. So what's it like? What's it been like for 2 years? Well, first of all, pretty much an ordinary person, and I just decided to take the plunge and get one on hire purchase. Wanted one for a long time. I had other sports cars. I've still got a Porsche 911, had a Maserati Cambio Corsa 4.2 V8. That was terribly unreliable, high mileage and Cat D. So I've always wanted a Ferrari, and I saw one in a local dealership. Don't normally sell Ferraris actually, 4x4 dealership. Saw it in the window when I drove past and kept saying to my wife, oh, maybe we could just go and have a look. And what do you think? Maybe we can go and have a look. Anyway, after a few days she relented and we went and had a look, and I said, oh, maybe I can see if I can get finance offered, and if not, no worries, and if yes, it's meant to be. So she agreed. Very lucky to have her, and it was a very long, painful 2-week wait while I waited for the finance to go through and be approved. A very tense 2-week wait, but at the end of that time it did get approved, and I managed to pick up my Ferrari F430 2008 Rossa Red with creamer interior. And the extras, if you've watched my other videos you'll know, but the extras are carbon ceramic brakes, red piping around the seats, and I think it's got some carbon fiber kind of rear. I think it's got the Challenge Stradale carbon fiber rear facade just on the rear boot, above the number plate, and a grille, which is quite nice. So I think that's an extra. But yeah, I'm very pleased with how it looks aesthetically. In terms of reliability, it's been reliable. I've not put a lot of miles on it. I must say I probably put about 2,500 miles on it. When I bought the car, unfortunately, the clutch was probably 98-99% worn. So I drove it for about 600 miles and the clutch went. So I got the car serviced in, well, I had to get it picked up actually. And I could put it into drive, but only drive it in first gear. So I had to get it picked up, and they took it in, I think it was September 2022. And the other issue at that time was it had corrosion on the bonnet. So I wanted the bonnet resprayed and the corrosion to be fixed, repaired. So I got a quote for that, which was £1,560 plus VAT, about 1,800 quid all in. The clutch itself cost about, well, 4405.74, 5.3k including VAT, and the service cost 1635 plus VAT, so 1963. So all of this really, the bonnet being resprayed and blended into the front wings, etc., the clutch and the service, it cost about I think around, well, I'll add it up on the calculator quickly, plus 6.89 plus 1963.1, yeah, it cost 9.1k. So 9.1k was the cost in October 22. The car itself cost me 92k. I only put a 5k deposit down, and I'm paying just about £1,700 a month, which is bearable for me. And I'm 2 years into now a 5-year finance deal, so another 3 years and I'll fully own the car. There's a tracker in it that doesn't work, so the finance company harass me periodically to prove I still got the car, and I have to provide the VIN number and a picture of the date and time against the registration number. Other than that, they leave me alone. Yeah, so it cost me 9.1k just 4 months after I bought the car, and that pretty much put it all right. I didn't get it serviced in 23 because I had a big tax bill to pay, so I've just got it serviced at Ferrari, and the bill came through for that, and the bill for that was the bill for that was the bill for that was, well, I also got the near side passenger door respray because it had some corrosion underneath the wing mirror. And actually, the first time I got it sprayed at Ferrari in October or September 22, they brought the car back and they'd opened it on a wall or something, so there's paint, just a slight ding or paint missing off the edge of the door. So I sent it back and they resprayed the whole of the door and blended it into the rear wing and front quarter for free. And it's good that they did that because there was corrosion underneath the wing mirror, which they sorted out for me free of charge. I noticed, of course, after that there was corrosion, spot corrosion on the other side underneath the wing mirror. So this time, when I had it serviced this year in May, I had the near side door resprayed and faded into the rear quarter, front quarter. So it's now looking pretty much immaculate, although there is signs of spot corrosion coming back on the bonnet. They can't guarantee the repair, apparently. Once the corrosion gets into the metal, it's very difficult to stop it. So my plan now is just to enjoy driving it. And when I took the vehicle back, probably 3 weeks ago now, I noticed that it was pulling off heavily to the left on the motorway. So I'd accelerate hard and it would pull off to the left. I also would then take my hands off the wheel and it would start veering off to the left. So clearly I thought that was tracking. I went and got the tracking looked at and adjusted by a local garage. They told me that should fix the issue. I got back on the A12 on a dual carriageway and motorway, and the issue was still there. It was drifting off to the left. So I sent it back to Ferrari. They picked it up free of charge, which I insisted on, and they've told me subsequently that it was indeed the tracking, that it still needed adjusting. So they've now adjusted it. Several of the points, the tracking points, were out. They're in the red. They're now all back in the green, and all as per the Ferrari original spec. They test drove it beforehand, they've adjusted the tracking, and they've test drove it afterwards. So that's reassuring, and I'm going down there now this morning to pick up the vehicle and give it a quick test drive, and I'll take it straight back there if the tracking is still not working, or drive it home if it is. So that's the plan, is to go in this morning and pick it up. I would have to wait until Wednesday next week to get it delivered, and it's just inconvenient. So I'm going to go down there this morning, pick it up, have a look at some new Ferraris. So I'll do a couple of videos on, or a few short shots of some of the new Ferraris. If I'm really lucky, they might let me take one out for a test drive, but I suspect I'll need to book that in advance, so probably not. But at the very least, I'll get to drive my car home and jump in a Ferrari F430 tip-top condition, and drive that back, which I'm quite looking forward to after not having driven a sports car for a little while. So how much did it cost me then, in total? Well, it cost me 9.1k in October 22, and it's cost me another 11.76. It's cost me £12,033.75 in 2 years of ownership, plus the 92k. Although I'm paying more than that because I'm paying a finance HP agreement, probably paying about 110 or 115. So anyway, I get to drive a Ferrari whenever I want. It's in my garage, it's in tip-top condition, it's basically immaculate. The guy that came to pick it up said to me it's by far the best condition Ferrari he's seen for quite a long time. People just don't look after them. They drive them, they get road rash, You know, mine is immaculate and it's flawless, apart from this very small amount of spot corrosion on the bonnet, which is a niggle for me, but I can live with it. I'm basically thinking now I'm just going to drive it for a bit. The front end's been resprayed already, the sides have been sprayed. There's no point me getting it PPF wrapped. I'm not getting it detailed because of the spot corrosion. I'm not getting it PPF wrapped because the detailer has told me that that can actually pull the paint off if it's been resprayed. So my plan is just to drive it now for 2-3 years, probably until the finance is up, maybe get the front end resprayed again, the bumper, the bonnet, you know, whatever needs doing, get it resprayed by Ferrari, keep getting it serviced, keep the mileage fairly low, but I'm going to enjoy it. And that's it, you know. I own a Ferrari. It's brilliant. I love it. I don't fully own it, but it's mine. I will fully own it in 3 years. I've got 3 more years to go. Yeah, I don't regret the decision for a moment. Do I take it many places? No, because I'm too preoccupied with someone scratching it or getting road rash, as the pickup driver called it. I'm going to start taking it to more places, I think, slowly, on the basis that I will get the front end resprayed. And I want to get some use out of it, but I don't want to put too many miles on it. I want to drive it for the next 30-40 years, and I want the mileage to be probably under 40,000 when I sell it in 30 odd years. So it's in 27 and a half now from memory. So yeah, that's my thought process. Maybe I put 1,000 miles a year on it. If I keep it for 30 years, that's 30,000. It'll have 50,000 odd when I sell it. That's probably quite respectable. 1,000 a year, I think I can live with that. In terms of upkeep, I mean, the service generally only costs 1,700 quid. If I hadn't got it resprayed again this year, it would have cost me 1,700 pounds. So it's not too bad, to be honest with you. It's much better than I thought. And that also included 2 tyres on the rear, 2 rear tyres. So I've got 2 new rear tyres on the rear of the Ferrari. The front ones have got about 4 or 5 mil, I think 4.5 mil on them. So yeah, all in all, I don't regret it. The other things for Ferrari ownership, I mean, you get a really cool stuff like all of the paperwork comes in this beautiful leather pouch with this Ferrari sign on it. You get all these cool things like, you know, the system CD, you know, it's unopened Ferrari, it's the European navigation CD. You've got all this cool stuff really, which I just love looking at. So I am a proper fanboy of Ferraris and the F430. When I was a kid, I had, I think, the 348 Ferrari up on my wall. I went to the Ferrari dealership I'm going to today actually, and I got given loads of free brochures, and I cut all the cars out and stuck them up on my wall with blue tack, you know, with Porsche as well. I did the same thing. So my bedroom wall was covered with Porsche 911s and Ferrari pictures. So, you know, I wanted these cars as a kid, and I've got them now, you know, and I drive them when I want to drive them. So no regrets really. I also get the odd thing through from Ferrari and Maranello, like this thing here, which is to do with a recall on the car, which has been done now. Nothing too imperative, but replacement of brake fluid reservoir cap and updating of instrument panel node, NQS software. So that's all been done. And I love it. And I also get text messages. I got a text message the other day inviting me to go and watch the Grand Prix in the Ferrari hospitality box, which I'm not really into Grand Prix, but it's nice to have those invitations. So all in all, it's been a great experience, and I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to cut off in a second, and then we'll pick up at the Ferrari dealership when I get there, doing a few shots of some of the newer Ferraris, and then me getting my car back and driving back home. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's intended for enjoyment, me waffling on a lot. For those of you out there who have a bit of disposable income, who are considering buying a sports car, supercar, whatever you want to call it, whether it's a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, whatever, if you can afford it, go for it. You know, I haven't regretted it for a minute. It's been a joy owning a car like that, having a car like that, and taking a car out like that for a drive every now and then. It's an absolute pleasure, and life's life's short and sweet and not full of pleasures, and that's certainly a pleasure for me, is getting in that car and driving it every now and then, and having the thrill and joy of owning and driving it when I want to. I might take it on a track one day. It's unlikely. I'll probably take my 911 on a track, a bit more sturdy and robust, and I'm not so concerned if something breaks on that. It's probably less expensive to repair. But that's just me. I know some people do love taking that on track days and driving them around a track, and maybe I will one day, who knows. Anyway, as promised, I'm going to cut this video out now, and I'll see you in a moment at the car dealership. Walking around the showroom now. Sold, awaiting collection. It's quite a nice car. Look at that. Full points for kudos there.
First and second.
I bet that sold for a fair amount. Lovely. Look at that. Beautiful.
Look at the gear.
812 GTS. Oh, beautiful. SF90 Stradale. Look at that. Quite a car.
In terms of actually pushing cars to build, then the 12 cylinder, you know what's expected of that. I'm not going to ask that for a while. The Curacao blade, I'm not going to ask that for a while. 290 GTS might be asked for relatively quickly. But if we know that we've got sensible on that for a keep the car for a short period to get what we want, then we can do that at the moment. That's fine.
This is a 296 GTB.
I'm not comfortable with it. Step back. Yeah. So I mean, the next thing that's going to be announced anyway, you've got theoretically it's going to be a 296 highway. A lot of people say
Beautiful.
Replacement, but an SF90 replacement will have to be more powerful and more expensive than the SF90 was. Right. I think the market at the moment demands.
Beautiful blue Ferrari here. Cream interior, stunning. Oh, I like the alloys, look at that. I think it's also quite something. Very nice. 8 Pista Spider, look at that. Stunning. Very nice car. Got no idea what this is. 4x4 Ferrari. I like the wheels though. Look at that. Exciting news, I'm about to take a 488 for a test drive. Didn't expect that when I woke up this morning. So yeah, that'll be fun. Enjoy the video. This is similar to the car I'll be taking out for a little test drive. Looks nice. So many nice Ferraris, honestly. Hey?
Purple or brown? See it?
Yeah. Beautiful.
It doesn't date particularly quickly, so it all sort of stays very, very current.
What year is this model then?
This is 2017.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
So from here you went 488, 2 F8, and then unofficially to 296.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is last year by far and away our best-selling car by a country mile. 488. I think they're at the price point now where, in comparison to what else there is in the market, there's not a lot out there really. That has what this can do at that price point. So
yeah, very nice.
if you want to start her up.
Still doing it. So disappointing end to today really. I'm getting a lift back in a very comfortable but old Lexus rather than driving my F430 back. I did have a nice ride in a 488, which kind of put my 430 to shame a bit, but that was good, but disappointing because Ferrari still haven't fixed the issue where the car's pulling off to the left on its own, and you would have seen a short video of that happening in this video. So second time they've had it now for resolving this issue, and let's hope they manage to resolve it this time. So disappointing end to this video for me because my car's now not fixed still, pulling off to the left, my 430. So I had a double dose of disappointment getting out of a 488 GTB into my F430, and then to find test driving it, it's still pulling heavily to the left. The perils of Ferrari ownership. Although it is a minor issue, my son pointed out to me, it's not like the F1 gearbox is gone, so I should be grateful for small mercies, I suppose, and it's just an inconvenience. But with the Ferrari being back there, and my Porsche essentially losing oil, I don't have a sports car I can drive at the moment, but there you go. That's the world's smallest violin playing just for me. Hope you enjoyed the video.